You complain about the things I cook. You complain about the way I look. You complain about the clothes I wear. And you don't like my hair. You complain because I don't work. You say I'm a no good jerk. And then I go to work and you go berserk. Complain, complain, complain. You're always the same. You will never change. All you do is complain.
Come ride a little train going down the track at the junction. Woo woo! Very cool junction. There's old Uncle Joe moving kind of slow at the junction. Woo woo! Very cool junction. I will return.
Message deleted. Press.
Don't draw conclusions, because if you do, you're going to be wrong. You can draw them if you want and just be wrong. I guess you all don't have any consequences for being wrong.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
Watch for an accident north Davis Highway at East Burgess Road. We also have a crash in Daphne, northbound Highway 98 at Van Buren Street. Heading from Daphne up to I-10, it's an 11-minute drive. Also an accident in Mobile, Schillinger Road at Ziegler, and an accident on the shoulder I-10 west approaching Range Line. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Now, here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now at newsradio710.com. The Uncle Henry Show. Weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
Mobile, Alabama, better known to me as Gotham City of the South.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you so much for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. I really appreciate it. I'm still at a time in my life where paychecks do make a difference. They do. Very, very important in my plan. So thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. I really, really do appreciate that. Once again, here we are together, me and you, trying to figure out what is going on. What is going on in the world around us? People are just at each other's throats all over the world. This is just wild to see. Yes, I'm glad that here in Mobile we're just a little bit calmer. We're just a little bit calmer, a little more passive aggressive about it. Yeah. So sure, people are still mad at each other here, even here on the local level, but it's a little more passive aggressive. Things said muttering under their breath, behind their back, that kind of thing. But here we are. 251-479-2723, the telephone number if you want to call the Uncle Henry Show and tell me something, 251-479-2723. If you'd like to send an old-fashioned electronic mail message, you can email me, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. You could even write me a a letter if you wanted to and send it the old-fashioned method where people actually have to take it from one location and drive it to some other location. I won't give you the address right now because it wouldn't get here before the end of the show. It'd take longer if you were to mail it. It'd take longer, so I'll wait and give the address later in case you want to send me a letter. Well, here we are. And by the way, don't try to now, Shelby Mitchell is at the door. I'm just about to launch into coverage of the council meeting and stuff like that, but Shelby, what is going on? Hello. What are you bringing into this room, Shelby Mitchell?
Which microphone should I be on this?
Go on. They're all on now.
Hi. I was bringing the Mardi Gras tree to put in the studio.
Oh, there it is.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, people are watching on. There's a small number of people that have nothing better to do. They're on YouTube looking at this. So why do we have to have a Mardi Gras tree in a radio studio?
Because our radio studio is a video studio sometimes, and it's Mardi Gras, and we're the birthplace of Mardi Gras. And look at my hat.
Oh, well, you're wearing an Uncle Henry hat. Well, thank you very much for that. Now, since you brought this, I was about to give city council coverage.
I'm sorry to interrupt your show.
Well, the whole point of the Uncle Henry show is to fill time until the end of the hour.
Okay.
So this whole idea of decorating trees for Mardi Gras, how many years ago did that start? Because when I was a kid, that was not a thing.
You know what? You're right.
It was not.
I don't know. I think people got lazy and they're like, we're just going to turn Christmas into Mardi Gras. That's what I did.
Oh, you think it's a laziness factor?
Yes. We're lazy.
All right.
And we love Mardi Gras that much.
All right, so is this going to be all that I have to worry about in terms of this studio?
No.
Just the tree, because that makes sense. It would be easy. Once Mardi Gras is over, then we can take that out and we're done.
There's much more garbage. I have a jester butt to bring in.
What?
It's a jester butt.
Well, now that's not the kind of language. Look, I like this show to be acceptable to people that are offended by that kind of thing.
A jester behind?
Why would we have that?
Because we do, and it's fun.
All right, so there's no reason for that. Okay, all right, that fits. Now, while you're on the microphone,
yes, sir.
There is something actually I can ask Shelby about that is actually important, even more important than a Mardi Gras tree, a ridiculous type of decoration. Does Cuisine for Kids, which is a fundraiser for the Child Advocacy Center, does Cuisine for Kids continue through tonight?
It does.
Okay, well, tell the listener what Cuisine for Kids is. This is an opportunity for you, the listener, to donate to the Child Advocacy Center that helps abused kids locally. They do very important work.
Yes, they do. And people don't realize in that building, I mean, they have everything. They have counselors, they have law enforcement, they have medical, facility staff, and they put everything together. You just wouldn't believe the work they do. This is why they need money. And this is why all you have to do is eat at one of the restaurants on our list. It's on your website, all of our websites. It's on social media.
95ksj.com will be my website.
Okay.
So go there, 95ksj.com, and look for Cuisine for Kids. So if you eat at one of these restaurants tonight, then
what happens is they're giving a portion of their proceeds, and it could be small. Some of them are giving a lot, and we appreciate them so much. And a lot of people who have already eaten at some of the restaurants on the list, we appreciate y'all. But if you're going out to dinner tonight, like, I don't know.
Briquettes.
Yes, briquettes. Thank you so much. We've got Grace on Dauphin. The Noble South is always delicious. But go ahead and look at the list yourself and make your plans. And just know that you're helping the Child Advocacy Center in Mobile.
So this is an easy way to donate to a good cause. Just go have a good meal somewhere, and a portion of the proceeds go to the Child Advocacy Center. And Shelby says there's a long list. Butch Cassidy's is on there. Callahan's Irish Social Club's on there.
Yes.
A bunch of the Zaxby's are on there if you just want some tenders or something. All for a very, very good cause.
Absolutely.
And are you on the board at the Child Advocacy Center? What are you doing there?
I'm on the committee for the Cuisine for Kids event. So I'm helping gather the restaurants, and I take around the little posters. Where you see the little poster, it says, eat here, Cuisine for Kids, then follow directions. Eat there.
All right, very good. Anything else you want to throw in there?
No, thank you again for coming to the event, the St. Jude concert that we had after you were inducted into the Alabama Broadcasters Hall of Fame. Then you came over to kind of work, even though our work is fun. But thank you for that, and congratulations again.
Well, thank you very, very much. I enjoyed. It's nice to be inducted into a Hall of Fame.
Well, I tell you what, you were very sweet, thanking your family. It was and you were funny. I was laughing extra hard. Now, I did have a couple of beverages, so that might have helped.
Good.
But you were funny.
Well, thank you.
And
well,
look,
thank
this
you
is
very much.
I'm terrible with words, but congratulations. I cannot think of anyone who deserves this honor more than you.
Well, wow. See, because I've got a list of people I think that ought to be in ahead of me.
No.
But thank you for that. I appreciate you saying that.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, Shelby, anything else you want to tell the AM radio listener?
No, you can listen to the Shelby Show, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. on 95 KSJ. Thank you very much.
That's right. She's about to head over there right now and do more country music, more Morgan Wallen, more Luke Bryan, then additional Morgan Wallen, all of that.
And Jelly Roll, too.
Yes, on 95 KSJ.
Bye. Thank you, Uncle
All
Henry.
right, thank you very much, Shelby. And it's she got the plug out for the Cuisine for Kids and Child Advocacy Center. If you know, you know. I mean, it's difficult work, but super important work for those kids. So thank you for that. And one more restaurant that's participating. If you don't want to have a meal, just go get some Cammy's Old Dutch ice cream tonight. And dessert, Shelby. That'll that is a part of it. All right, well, going to take a timeout. When we come back with more Uncle Henry Show, I got Mobile City Council meeting stuff today. There's some news about Tommy Tuberville. Somebody is challenging his residency on whether or not he can run for governor. We have all of that going on and more as the Uncle Henry Show continues here on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Now, here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
Watch for an accident North Davis Highway at East Burgess Road. We also have a crash in Daphne, northbound Highway.
YouTube viewers, if there's anybody watching on the YouTube, let me take a look and see. Let me go on to the YouTube and activate the YouTube. Let's see. There's a small number of people looking. Bama Big Man, hello to you. 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley who says, we love Shelby. That's wonderful to hear. The Love Freak 69. Thank you for that. KP of shirtbutter.com. Thank you for looking in. Richard Harvey, hello to you. Larry Morting. Thank you to all who are... Dwayne Doyle. Dwayne, congratulations on having... I like the way Dwayne... I like the D and the W working together. This is good. It's a good use of letters, isn't it? It's a good use of consonants, and I like it. It's masculine, Dwayne, so very good. Thank you for looking in on the program. Going to be back on the radio here in just a few minutes. Let's see. And 68-year-old Chris, thank you for encouraging people to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I do appreciate that very, very much. It is a goal of mine to get a few more subscribers before I'm done with YouTube altogether. Now, let's see. What else we're going to tell you about? Is there anything going on? Fun, weird news in the weird news file. I've not yet checked the weird news yet today. So let me go ahead and check the weird news. Lately, it's been nasty, a lot of it. Okay, here we go. In China, a woman had to be taken to the hospital because she decided to try to take a selfie with a snow leopard. The woman had severe facial injuries. She is in stable condition. They've had to increase safety patrols in that area where the attack happened. But she saw a snow leopard, wanted to have a picture with it, and ended up getting mauled. And I don't want to be attacked by any wild animal, no matter the size or the type. People are killed by dogs in Alabama. We had several deaths last year in Alabama caused by dog attacks. I would be even more afraid of a big cat. Having been a cat owner, The idea of a really big cat attacking me is terrifying. More than a dog. Let's see. Somebody decided to survey guests of hotels and ask the people that responded to the survey, what have you stolen from hotel rooms? And the number one, in case you ever play Family Feud, the number one answer, of course, is towels, followed by a bathrobe, then hangers, toiletries, and blankets. You know, I've noticed the last couple of times I've been in nice hotels, they don't have the little bitty toiletries anymore. These nice hotels I've been able to stay in have had gigantic things mounted to walls that you were gonna get a little squirt or something. You'd have to rip it off the wall to take it if you were gonna take shampoo from the hotel. Just a little news for you in case you decide to go, in case you like going to hotels and taking the shampoo. All right, back on the radio in less than 30 seconds with more Uncle Henry Show.
Seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, not a little sure, but super sure. The seismic shift is coming. Super sure, coming soon.
This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
This is the Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening. It is 5:20. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes on News Radio 710 WNTM. Today was a Mobile City Council meeting. It wasn't that much longer than an hour, so I give them a good grade on not making it last too long. But there was some interesting stuff came up today. And I'll tell you about a little bit of it. You'll have to watch the meeting yourself or read Lagniappe to get the full gist of it. Now, one thing I will reveal that took out some of the fun of today's Mobile, yes, some of the fun was taken out of today's Mobile City Council meeting. That's because young Mayor Sparrow.
Good morning. The mayor is traveling to the U.S. Conference of Mayors in Washington, D.C. this morning, so there will be no report from the mayor's office. Thank you.
All right, so the mayor, no, young Mayor Sparrow was not there to give a report. He's on his way out of town for some type of mayor's conference. So there was no young Mayor Sparrow there to bring his young millennial energy to the Mobile City Council meeting. Now, but I think I saw on Facebook, if I understand this correctly, tomorrow young Mayor Sparrow's birthday? Now, he's out of town, but make some plans. Make some kind of plans. Tomorrow, young Mayor Sparrow's birthday, I believe, if you can believe Facebook. Now, back to the meeting. So we didn't have the youthful energy that young Mayor Sparrow provides, but there was some great energy provided by citizens that attended the Mobile City Council meeting. As I mentioned, a number of interesting things popped up. One of them is that there is a guy trying to start a new business for downtown Mobile where he would want to have golf carts driving people around. If you needed a ride, he would give you a ride. His business would give you a ride in golf carts. And and if you want to get that kind of business going, you've got the city to approve a certificate of need or something like that for this type of a business. Now, there's already Mob City Rides, which offers rides to people. And the owners of Mob City Rides were at the meeting. And they explained, and you can watch this on YouTube, they explained that there's barely enough business for them. They gave all the stats. They talked about their own, the months. They said really they only make a lot of money during Mardi Gras, and there's some months where it's really difficult for them to generate a lot of cash with Mob City rides. And so they asked the council to not allow another certificate of need for a new competitor. They didn't want the competition. And again, you can watch their reasoning if you want to go watch the city council on YouTube there. Now, and by the way, they didn't vote on this. This will be up for a vote, I guess, next week if they decide to vote for it, or vote on it one way or the other. Now, the reason this is even being mentioned on this show, and the reason this is being written about in Lagniappe, lagniappemobile.com, is that the person who wants to start the competing business is Jim Walker, a really interesting guy. I've had an opportunity to meet him a few times and talk to him. He's been involved in a lot of different businesses in downtown Mobile, including the former OK Bike Shop. Do you remember that? Do you remember him? Do you remember the OK Bike Shop? So Jim Walker talked to the council. I want you to hear him talking about why they should allow him to have the golf cart business. Here he is explaining that it's good to have competition, and it goes from there.
Hey, I'm Jim Walker. I live at 602 Church Street. I wish I could come down and tell everybody that we didn't need competition on Dolphin Street when I opened in 87. You know, competition is what keeps everything healthy and keeps everything going. And I just want to employ the people that can't get jobs. You know, I got a ton of people on the street that are starving that, you know, need to work. And that's who I was going to work with, you know, felons and people that can't get employment.
Right, so starving felons, he is talking about creating a business where you could get a ride in a golf cart in downtown Mobile from a starving felon driving you around in the golf cart.
And that's just all I've got to say. I've got equipment for it. I'm going to get insured for it. So it's just competition's healthy.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Mr. President, I just got a question.
And thank you to Ben Reynolds. Thank you to Councilman Ben Reynolds for asking a little bit more about this, because this is an interesting proposal, isn't it, to have starving felons giving you a ride in a golf cart.
Could you tell me again what you said your plan, your intent was that your intent was to employ felons to transport people across our cities? Was that what you meant?
It's like I've got one kid that had a clonidine that was the wrong milligram, was down at Hangout Fest, and they've got a felon over that. I mean, some of the stuff's absurd. I'm not saying, you know, murderers and rapists, which I've had plenty of those in my organization before.
He's had plenty of murderers and rapists in his organization before.
Police have gotten, you know, I've had one guy from America's Most Wanted stay with me 6 weeks in my home. I mean, I've had that element down here, which is not down here right now. But yes, I intend to background check and people who've got stupidity on their record that keeps them from voting and everything else. Yes, I'm going to employ those people.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
Any other questions from the council? All right, thank you so much.
All right, so that got some attention. That got some attention. Saying that you had somebody from America's. See, this is this is one of the rare. Most of the time, I like it when the politicians don't say a lot. You may have noticed if you've listened before to the show. I don't like it when the politicians just talk on her. This would have been fun to have some more questions. Tell us more about the person that was on America's Most Wanted that stayed with you for a while. This is just, now, this doesn't surprise me though. He is a very interesting guy, Mr. Walker. Very, very. If you've met him, you know, very interesting. I don't know why he doesn't have a podcast or something. He'd be a top podcaster in Mobile, just telling stories of having had a property in downtown Mobile on Dolphin Street back in I think he said in '87. So yeah. lots of great stories about what it was like to have a business during the more Wild West type days in downtown Mobile. In fact, maybe that's why he's not fazed himself with the idea of putting some starving felons behind the steering wheel of a golf cart to drive some folks around downtown Mobile. Anyway, looking forward to seeing how that possible vote could go next week. All right, there is more Uncle Henry Show coming up after the news break.
Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design.com Traffic Center.
Watch for an accident with injury at Eglin Air Force Base on Highway 85 at South Antioch Road. Also, we've got an accident north on Highway 98 at Van Buren Street. If you're traveling on 98 from Daphne to I-10, it's a 9-minute drive. Slow on Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, a 49-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. Visit NapaOnline.com for savings.
Get winter ready at Napa Auto Parts and get
winter ready.
Battery. Plus, stock up on winterization must-haves like antifreeze, wiper blade.
I'm glad that I've never had to think a lot about that living here.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Hello, I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News. Bay Minette police responding to an aircraft crash. We're told 2 people on board were taken to a hospital. The crash happening near the Bay Minette Municipal Airport. The Baldwin County Sheriff's Office says deputies found 2 pilots walking toward the road from the side of the wreck. They told deputies the aircraft had an engine failure while in flight, and they tried emergency procedures and an emergency landing. 2 house fires reported in Mobile. The first happened on Heather Court. Mobile Fire Rescue says a 2-story home was fully engulfed in flames with thick smoke. A second house fire reported on Hillview Drive. Now, officials said the home was close to collapsing. We're told no injuries have been reported from either fire at this time, and we'll pass along any new information as it comes into Fox 10. 27 Baldwin EMC workers left Summerdale to help people in Mississippi impacted by an ice storm. The crews will team up with the Northeast Mississippi Electric Power Association to restore power to thousands in Oxford. Andrew Porter, a lineman with Baldwin EMC, said safety takes precedence over speed when working in frozen conditions. Another crew member said efficiency and teamwork will be key to this restoration effort. Now, crews expect to face problems not typically encountered on the Gulf Coast, especially with damaged trees. Baldwin EMC workers say they never hesitate to help with other utilities, knowing others would do the same following severe weather in our area. Now, just yesterday, Riviera Utilities went to Oxford to help. I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News on this iHeartRadio station.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox News, I'm Kevin Uretsky. President Trump in Iowa talking about the economy, telling Fox's The Will Cain Show the economy will improve dramatically.
Record-setting deals. We have $18 trillion coming into the country. That's why they're building auto plants, AI. They're building everything. With thousands of businesses are being built all over the country. And you're going to have a beautiful, very positive explosion.
In a Fox News poll in December, 72% of registered voters rated the economy as not so good or poor. People, some still without heat, still facing storm damage after this past weekend. Oxford, Mississippi Mayor Robin Tannehill telling Fox Weather her community's recovery efforts are looking up.
With a little bit warmer temperatures and the sunshine being out, we are able to plow some roads. So hopefully making it more manageable for people to get out and about, to get groceries, and to get to the warming station if they need that.
America is listening to Fox News.
Hey, Uncle Henry. All right, YouTube viewers, I've got to find the clip of President Trump talking about the positive explosion. Okay, he described the economy as it will have some type of positive explosion. That sounds like a KP in the chat was saying that he wanted to name his rock group the Starving Felons. I think positive explosion would be the translated name of a Japanese band, wouldn't it? Some type of Japanese pop band would be called Positive Explosion in our tongue. Well, let's see. Hello to Sharon of Fairhope. Reagan Girl, I'm going to be Reagan Girl left me a message yesterday. I'm going to play that message. Good to see you. Ben Griffin. Thank you again, Ben Griffin, for sending me the garbage can story. Salty Camp Tales, hello to you. Stay salty. All right, let's see. Going to be back on the radio in about 1 minute. 1 minute before back into the fray of live radio. I saw today that the Doomsday Clock, the people that handle the Doomsday Clock held a press conference this morning. And I haven't heard it mentioned. It must not be that bad because I haven't heard it mentioned yet in the news. We must still have a few seconds left before the Doomsday Clock goes off.
On for their students to be among the winners of $5,000 to stock.
Okay, back on the radio after this public service announcement.
Today at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
The Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM. 535. You can also hear me play country music on FM radio. Yes, I'm on FM radio during the day from 10 to 2 on 95 KSJ, playing today's hottest country. That means a lot of Jason Aldean. A lot of Jason Aldean, a lot of Luke Combs, a lot of Morgan Wallen, a lot of Jelly Roll. Tomorrow, I'll have your chance to win tickets on 95 KSJ to see Luke Bryan. Luke Bryan is going to be in concert at the Wharf at Orange Beach, July 25th, a Saturday night. Tickets go on sale this Friday. You can win them tickets before you can buy them all week long on 95 KSJ. I'll have your chance to win, your next chance to win, right after 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. It'll be about 1:15 tomorrow afternoon when you have a chance to win tickets to see Luke Bryan at the Wharf. And if you want details on the concert, details at 95KSJ.com. Telephone number here, if there's some you want to bring up to the Uncle Henry Show, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Now, at the city council meeting today, I already shared with you in the last segment the man, Mr. Walker, that is looking to start a transport service in downtown Mobile using golf carts and starving, as he put it, some starving felons that need a job. So that was brought up at the council meeting. There was also a citizen that addressed the council. He had about 3 minutes on the topic of making public safety a priority. Now, let me say, you can watch all of this because it took up a lot of the meeting. I don't have time to share all of it here with you. But I'll share a little bit, just so you can get a flavor of this. I believe that it's a Mr. Miller. We'll listen to some of what he has to say.
Good morning. I'm Matthew Miller, and thank you for allowing me to address the council today. Each of you ran for office because you deeply care about this city. You want Mobile to succeed and to prosper. And like me, I believe you want it to be safe.
Yes.
But today I question whether our neighborhoods, our parks, and even our schools are truly safe places. And because we all care about the city, we must be honest. Mobile's facing a public safety crisis. Let me share a few facts to put this in perspective. 3 homicides so far this year, a shooting in Midtown that injured an MPD lieutenant, 2 violent incidents in our schools, including a shooting at Murphy, tens of thousands of misdemeanor warrants sitting unenforced, a court system overwhelmed and failing to keep up, and fewer than 500 sworn MPD officers on the force today, fewer than we had a decade ago. Does the council believe this is acceptable? I know the city and MPD leadership will point to statistics and claim that crime is down and that the current policing strategy is working. Yes, homicides dropped last year from 38 to 32, and any life saved matters, but context matters. Nationally, homicides declined by a much larger percentage. Mobile did not outperform the trend, we largely just followed it. That's not a public safety strategy, and it should not be used as evidence that the current approach is working. Crime statistics don't reflect what parents feel, what business owners experience, and what residents see every day on the streets. And when gun violence feels frequent and when shootings occur at our parks and at our schools, something is clearly broken. So can y'all tell me the number of outstanding warrants that we currently have?
All right, so he, and again, this went on, this created a discussion, it's a good discussion, because he's right. The stats, you can say the stats are pointing in the right direction, but perception is very important. And there are a lot of folks in Mobile that have had things go on near them in their neighborhoods that they feel like this guy felt. So, again, the entire meeting is on YouTube. You can watch the council did their best to respond. They all thanked him for coming and appreciated all that he brought up, and they had their own questions. The administration, the mayor was not there. Young Mayor Spiro out of town, but the new public safety director, executive director of public safety, he had some comments. One of the things that we were told by the council and the public safety director is that there are some things in progress that we are just all not aware of yet in Mobile, that they are working on some stuff that we just haven't seen yet that is going to make things better in terms of public safety. The citizen, Mr. Miller, also brought up the police headquarters falling apart, which it is, and stuff like that. Here's one clip from the police chief. The police chief reported that there are going to be more police officers. So let's listen. This is a brief clip of the police chief answering the citizen.
The mayor and this council approved us 24 new positions in this new budget. Right now, we are 21 down, so we've actually hired some laterals that have filled a few of the positions that you all granted us. We have a class that's going to start in March of 22 that most have already been pre-hired. We have 6 more that will come on the payroll in about on the next pay period. So for the first time, and I can't tell you how many years, MPD is going to hit their budgeted strength. Now, we can talk about what's been budgeted in the past. There's been high budgets in the past that we never achieved. But this is going to be the first time in recent memory that we are actually going to achieve the budgeted strength that you all have given us.
Which is good. All right. Anyway, if this is a topic you're interested in, this would be a council meeting worth watching because there was a lot of comment from the public safety director, the police chief, a few of the council members. Nobody was mad at the guy for coming up there and asking the questions and insisting that there was a public safety issue in the town. Nobody was mad at him. And again, if this is something you're interested in, take a look at it on the City of Mobile's YouTube channel. 251-479-2723, the telephone number here on the Uncle Henry Show. I got some other things I want to get into here in our remaining moments. I got some voicemails I want to get to before the end of the hour. But before that, there was a story that's being reported all over the state, including Mobile's newspaper, Lagniappe, LagniappeMobile.com. And the story is that one of Tommy Tuberville's opponents, one of Senator Coach Tuberville's opponents running for governor, has filed a qualification challenge alleging that Senator Coach Tuberville has not lived in Alabama long enough that he's not. The challenge is saying that he doesn't live here. Now, I don't know how the Alabama Republican Party is going to handle this challenge. The challenge was filed by Ken McFeeters, Feeters, McFeeters, Ken McFeeters, who's one of the people running for governor on the Republican side. He's filed this complaint with the Alabama Republican Party Executive Committee. And he's claiming that if they don't disqualify him for not living in the state, then this could end up being litigated. And if there's a lawsuit and it gets litigated, then McFeeters is claiming that the Republican Party would be unable to substitute a candidate, that this could all happen to where there wouldn't be a Republican at the top of the ticket, and we could end up with like a Governor Doug Jones, which that sounds far-fetched, but think back. Just think of it. Just think back over the last many years and all of the weird statewide races we've had that have included Roy Moore and Doug Jones and all that kind of stuff. This is something I hope the Republican Party is thinking very seriously about how to handle this.
Watch for an accident with injury at Eglin Air Force Base on Highway 85 at South Antioch Road. Also, we've got an accident north on Highway 98 at Van Buren Street. If you're traveling on 98 from Daphne to I-10, it's a 9-minute drive. Slow on Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, a 49-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Paquet.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
YouTube viewers, hello to you. Let me check real quick and see if anybody's still watching, so I'll know that I should continue to talk to you while waiting to go back on the radio. And yes, a small number of people looking in. The Mad Trucker. What do I know? Well, I hope I know something. Hope I know something good. All right, let me see if I can find something to tell you about while waiting to go back on the radio. I've already looked at the weird news, and the only good stuff in there was someone trying to take a selfie with a snow leopard. Somebody in Houston decided to measure how cold it was. A reporter. So they took a Buck Ease t-shirt and they drenched it in water and then hung it outside yesterday morning. And it turned into a chunk of ice in 15 minutes. Now, smart. They used a Buck Ease t-shirt to do their experiment. That was very smart. Gets them a lot more attention if they had used any other garment. Also saw this. This is from the Daily Mail. Scientists say they have used artificial intelligence to design a new virus. The scientists say they've used AI to design viruses from scratch for the first time. Researchers at Stanford University said they used AI to write complete viral genomes, then built the viruses in a lab. 16 worked out of 302 designs. They were able to infect and kill strains of E. coli bacteria using their newly created AI viruses. This is something that I am automatically not liking the idea that they can use AI to do something like this. I hate the idea that they just said, all they said is we used AI to do it. Does that mean some teenager in a basement somewhere can create a virus? Let's see. Here's another story. This is out of British Columbia. There's a pop-up museum in Vancouver. It is a brand new museum at the Kingsgate Mall. It is the Museum of Personal Failure. The curator of the Museum of Personal Failure, Evan Collins, said he came up with the idea after going through a big heartbreak when he had a relationship end. And so the Museum of Personal Failure has items in it like a dead aloe vera plant, a 30-year-old wedding dress from a failed marriage, and job rejection letters. The Museum of Personal Failure.
Napa Auto Parts, the right parts for the road ahead.
Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710 WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
Uncle Henry Show, it's 5:50. We have Fox News headlines coming up in 10 minutes here on News Radio 710, WNTM, and then more Uncle Henry Show. I got a couple of voicemails here that I want to get to. First, I got a call from Reagan Girl.
Congratulations, Uncle, on your Hall of Fame induction.
Thank you.
And I wanted to just send you a little celebration message. I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. Congratulations, Uncle.
All right, Reagan Girl, look, I appreciate your kind thoughts. I do. And you always earn special points in the secret scoring system here on the Uncle Henry Show by singing either live on the air or in a voicemail. I love it when callers grace us with their talents such as that. But singing to me a Kiss song, one of their, Knights in Satan's Service, Kiss, completely overrated in terms of musicality. Just one of the most severely overrated bands of all time. And you picked one of the most overrated songs of all time. So Reagan Girl, I appreciate your talent and your good wishes. If you could have just picked, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I would have wanted any Def Leppard song over that. And Def Leppard's horrible. I would have appreciated Def Leppard more than that. But anyway, thank you. I don't want to discourage you from singing in future voicemails, but one of the most overrated songs of all time. Anyway, let me go into another voicemail. But wait, no, I've got a caller. Hello, caller.
Hi.
Hey, you are live on the radio.
Hey, I want to sing you a special song to celebrate your award. Can I sing you a special song to celebrate your award?
Go right ahead and sing. I love it when listeners call in and sing. Let it rip.
Okay. Bum, 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 bum. I like big butts.
All right. And I kind of knew that something like this would happen. Nobody's going to call up and sing something that I want to hear. Something, some lost Bing Crosby song or some kind of a Gene Autry standard. Nothing like any Johnny Cash would have been appreciated, but again, and that wasn't a song. You might think it's a song just because music is around it. Somebody's singing about someone's rear end. That I don't even find it to be art. But that's a personal opinion. I know that you disagree.
Personal opinion time. Personal opinion time. Personal opinion time.
Yeah, I don't believe songs about body parts. I do not consider them good art, and I do not accept them as music. And let me go back to the voicemail. Let me get this voicemail phoned in about the weather and somebody watching Jason Smith, the meteorologist at Fox 10.
Roll Tide, Uncle, as I sit here watching Jason give us the 7-day forecast, and it's a chilly one. I'm reminded of that clip you used to play of Al Gore telling us about what the future held from a weather standpoint, how things was going to be at that time and in a not too distant future from that time. I'm wondering if you still have that, and if so, could you cue that up one more time? It would be appreciated here in West Loxley.
68-year-old Chris, thank you. Yes, of course I keep that Al Gore clip in the audio archive because I'm entertained by it. This was him. Here's Al Gore speaking in the summer of 2008. This is the convention where Barack Obama was nominated to be the presidential nominee and then accepted the nomination and went on to become our president for 8 years. Here is what Al Gore said the future would hold back in 2008. 2008.
Many scientists predict shockingly that the entire North Polar ice cap may be completely gone during summer months during the first term of the next president.
All right, so the polar ice cap would be gone in Obama's first term. That didn't happen. All right, what else?
Sea levels are rising, fires are raging, storms are stronger. Military experts warn us our national security is threatened by massive waves of climate refugees, destabilizing countries around the world.
Climate refugees will destabilize the world. You know, these people that are in Gulf Shores and Orange Beach and on the Eastern Shore right now that are here from Wisconsin and other places, are they climate refugees? Are the snowbirds Al Gore's climate refugees? All right, there's 14 seconds left.
And scientists tell us the very web of life is endangered by unprecedented extinctions. We are facing a planetary emergency, which, if not solved, would exceed anything we've ever experienced in the history of humankind.
Planetary emergency in 2008. Congratulations, everybody. We made it. We're all still alive. Back with more show after the news.
Fox on Tech.
Some Senate Democrats say they're investigating massive data centers and whether they're driving up Americans' electric bills.
All right. YouTube viewers, going to turn the camera off. The show continues on AM radio. I will be back tomorrow at the regular time. Thank you for watching the Uncle Henry Show on YouTube.
Senator Bernie Sanders says data centers will increase electric bills and carbon emissions. He's calling for a moratorium on building all new data centers.
If we do that, we will lose to China. It will be the biggest own goal in American history. AI is driving the economy right now.
The president's AI advisor, David Sachs, says Sanders' demand is nonsense.
The progress is inevitable. The question is whether the United States is going to win or whether China is going to win. But Bernie and the Democrats just want the progress to stop.
Tech companies say they want to pay their fair